Alright, so if you've been following me from the beginning, you already know I'm no professional video editor. Seriously, just take a peek at my earliest videos. They speak volumes. Those first attempts were, well, let's just say they had room for improvement. But fast forward a few months, and I can confidently say my editing game has leveled up significantly. So, in this video, I'm going to pull back the curtain and show you exactly how I edit videos like the one you're watching right now. And here's the best part. We'll be using CapCut, which is absolutely free on both mobile and desktop. So, let's jump right in. First, we'll take a quick tour of CapCut's interface. I'll start by dropping a video of my avatar into the timeline. One cool thing about CapCut is that it automatically sets the aspect ratio based on your first clip, which is super convenient. But don't worry, you can always manually adjust the aspect ratio to fit your desired screen size. For YouTube videos, we'll stick with the 16:9 aspect ratio, while for Shorts and TikTok-style videos, the 9:16 ratio is perfect. Now we can easily resize the footage accordingly. There's also a handy icon to enlarge the player, which comes in really useful. Alternatively, we can pinch the trackpad to zoom in or out. On the right sidebar, we can scale any selected video or image to any preferred size. And here's a pro tip. To use keyframes to create a smooth zoom effect, just click the diamond icon at the point where you want the image to start increasing in size, then move forward to where you want it to be the largest. Now you can easily increase or decrease the size of your video, and CapCut will automatically add the keyframes for you. Watch as our video starts to scale up at the first keyframe and maxes out at the second. To make this transition even smoother, right-click the clip and select Show Keyframe Animation. Then select each keyframe and change the joint into a curve. Let's do the same for the other keyframe and see how it looks. Now check out that zoom effect. Much smoother, right? Just remember, if you move the keyframes after adding the curves, you might need to tweak them a bit to keep everything looking seamless. No worries though. Just go back and use the handles to adjust the curves. As you can see, our zoom animation is working perfectly now. Once we're done, we can hide the keyframe animation. And we can also remove the zoom effect simply by selecting the keyframe and hitting the delete key. Easy peasy. Now let's dive into CapCut's Remove Background feature. This tool is pretty powerful, sometimes a little too powerful. As you can see from this example, it completely removed everything including the laptop, leaving only the person. In case you're working with a green screen or a colored background, I recommend using the chroma key instead. The auto removal tool might not give you the best results in those cases. Let's use the color picker tool to select the color we want to remove and adjust the intensity. See how easy that was? Now we can overlay this on top of another video seamlessly, whereas before, the green screen was blocking the background. If a video is too slow, we can quickly change the speed from the right sidebar, or simply place the cursor at the top corner of the clip where the small shape appears and use it to speed up or slow down the video. Simple and efficient. As you can see, the speed indicator at the right sidebar also moves as we drag the clip. Now, let's dive into the audio. This clip already has an audio track, so we can select it and head over to the audio settings. Here, we can increase or decrease the volume to our liking. Watch as the audio bars move up or down with each adjustment. Plus, we have the option to extract the audio from the clip and modify it separately. This gives us even more control over our sound. One thing to keep in mind is that the golden tips at the top of the audio waves indicate that the sound is a bit too loud at those points. I'll delete this and show you a cool trick. If needed, we can always recover the audio we extracted from the clip like this. Now, let's move on to animations. CapCut offers a variety of options. In animations, out animations, and combo animations that include both. There's a whole bunch of animations to choose from, and the best part is that we can adjust the duration to fit our needs perfectly. Take this half-second slide-up animation, for example. We can extend it to 4 seconds or even longer, just like this. The same goes for out animations. As you can see, CapCut displays both the in animations and the selected out animations duration. We can tweak the out animation and watch as the arrow on the clip changes to reflect the new duration. This visual cue is super helpful in pinpointing exactly where these animations should occur, making our editing process smoother and more precise. Now let's check out the combo animations. These animations are incredibly flexible, allowing us to apply them at the beginning, middle, end, or even throughout the entire video. The line at the bottom of the clip shows exactly where the animation is taking place. Always make sure to play back and see how it looks because some animations might not work well in the middle of a clip. And the best part? All of this is completely free in CapCut, so feel free to experiment and get creative with your edits. The last tool on the right sidebar is the adjustment panel. Unfortunately, I typically refrain from using those since I prefer the use of filters. Now let's dive into some of the free stock materials available in CapCut. We can grab any of these and use them as a background. Great for when we need a cool backdrop to showcase a list or highlight something special. CapCut also offers a library of royalty-free music that we can use as background tracks. Plus, there's an impressive collection of sound effects. Just search for the effect we want and select from the available options. Adding text is a breeze too, as we can choose our preferred color and font, or pick from a range of presets and effects. We can even animate the text to make it more dynamic. And we can't forget the stickers. CapCut provides a wide variety of stickers perfect for illustrations and adding a bit of fun to videos. There are so many to choose from, so make sure to click the star button next to your favorites for easy access. Now, let's check out one of my favorite features, effects. The free version of CapCut includes some pretty cool effects that we can simply drag and drop onto our timeline. Experimenting with these can really elevate the video's look and feel. As you can see, the effect applies to everything beneath it. But if you want to apply the effect only to a specific clip, like my avatar, you can drop the effect directly onto that clip. Notice how the effect doesn't impact the clips below or above my avatar. Plus, there are plenty of settings for each effect that you can customize to your liking. In case we click off a clip and need to edit the effect later, we just need to right-click that clip and select Effect. The settings will reappear, and we can tweak them as needed. Keep in mind that you can add multiple effects to your clip or project, but be cautious. Too many effects can make your video hard to watch. Now let's explore transitions. There are plenty to choose from, so let's go ahead and drop one between our clips like this. We can also adjust the duration, making transitions longer or shorter based on preference. Next, let's generate captions for our video. When I first started using CapCut, I manually created captions for my first few videos, which was time-consuming. But now, we can simply generate our captions and then customize them. Add a preset, stroke, or background effect to our captions and even change the color. To make the text stand out, we can add a shadow and adjust these settings for better visibility. We can also choose an effect from the list and add our preferred animation style to the caption. Or simply select one of these cool templates and use the handles to resize our captions. Next, let's explore the available filters. This is all about personal preference and the look we want for our video, so we can drop a filter onto our timeline and extend it to fit the length of our video. As you can see from here, clicking a filter provides a preview of how it looks on our clip before applying it. The last thing here is adjustment, but I prefer simply using the filters. Now that we've covered the basics of CapCut, let's edit a real video. For this demonstration, we'll be using one of my earlier videos in addition to a quick recording of the ChatGPT 4.0 announcement page I just made. Since I already have the audio files from that video, I'll import them along with my avatar and the screen recording into CapCut. First, we'll add the avatar to the timeline. As you can see, the project has automatically taken the avatar's 16:9 aspect ratio, so there's no need to change that. Then, we'll trim the video since the character lowers its head quite a bit at the beginning. Next, we need to delete the existing voiceover for the avatar. Now, let's add some effects to our character. The spark effect is one of my favorites, so I'll add it to the clip. Usually, I just use that and darken the background a bit with a filter. But for this demonstration, we'll add another effect, the scanning effect, which I've used a few times in my videos. We'll also play around with the settings to decrease the intensity. Next, let's apply a filter to our clip. We can select the clip and adjust the filter's intensity or delete it entirely. The same goes for the effects. Now, let's preview our video. It's looking pretty good. We can make any necessary adjustments to get the desired result. The next step is to add our voiceover. We'll increase the volume since the voice for this character is quite low and play it a few times to ensure the volume is just right without being too loud. Now let's listen to the audio to identify the best place to add some stock videos. But before we look for our stock videos, we'll crop the avatar clip at this point and add our main footage, which is the screen recording. Scale it to fit the frame and trim any unnecessary parts at the beginning. Now we can add a transition between these two clips and play the video. If we want the avatar's face to show at a specific point in the narration, we simply need to copy the clip and paste it there. As you can see, it's now covering up the screen recording, so we need to trim it. There are two ways we can do this. The first option is to select the clip and hit the trim icon. Then, use the handles to select the desired shape and hit confirm once we're satisfied with the result. We can further decrease the size and drag it to the desired spot. As you can see, this doesn't look bad, and all the effects are still present. Now, let's try the second option. The second approach is to add a rectangular mask to the clip and use the handles to select the preferred section. One thing to note is that dragging the selected section moves the mask, not the footage itself. To move the footage, click away from the mask or simply select Basic. Now we can drag the clip without affecting the mask. If we want to adjust the mask again, we simply need to select Mask and move it around as needed. The biggest advantage of using a mask is that we can round the corners like this, which looks pretty cool. Now that the resizing is complete, we can go ahead and add some animations. While we can use a combo animation, I typically prefer using in and out animations. This looks great, so let's move forward with the rest of our editing. But before that, I realized that we neglected to add an animation to our avatar at the beginning. So, let's select one of these combo effects. This zoom effect looks pretty cool, so let's go with that. Now, let's play back our voiceover and see what needs to be done next.
Free for users. This model...
I think we can add a stock video for this section where it says free for users. But before that, let's split the clip here to make room for our stock footage. For stock videos, we can head over to Pixabay or Pexels and search for any keyword. In this case, we want something related to free. Make use of either of these two platforms as they have a wide range of free stock footage for content creators. This one looks alright, so let's go ahead and download it. Just a quick tip, some of these videos are in portrait aspect ratio and might not be ideal for landscape videos. Since our video has a landscape aspect ratio, we'll select this one and proceed with the download. Let's not forget to like the video before we return to CapCut. Now we can drag the stock video and drop it between the two clips. Let's resize it to fit the canvas and add a transition. If the stock video is a bit slow, we can increase the speed here and trim it to the desired length. Let's also add a transition between the clips to ensure smooth continuity. We want to highlight something here, so we'll freeze the frame and resize it to the duration we want it frozen. Next, we'll grab a sticker, drop it above the frame, and adjust the duration. This looks good, so let's move on. Instead of highlighting, we might want to use the zoom effect in some cases. We can achieve this with animations or keyframes. Let's try animations first. Select the frame or video, go to Animations, choose Zoom In under Out Animation, and adjust the duration as needed. As you can see, this gets the job done nicely. Unfortunately, we have limited control over the size of the zoom when using animations, which is where keyframes come in handy. We can add a keyframe exactly where we want the zoom effect to begin, move to the point where we want the zoom effect to end, and then scale our video to the desired size. If you don't like the current position, you can easily move the keyframes to different points on the clip. Let's also smooth out the animation a bit using these curves. Now our zoom effect looks smooth. Let's listen to our progress so far and continue with our editing.
New GPT-4o is able to create astounding images.
We can add a stock video here to represent outstanding images. Let's head over to Pexels or Pixabay and search for an image or video collage. Since I've already downloaded one, I'll simply import it into CapCut and place it here. We'll scale the video to fit our canvas and add a transition. If necessary, we can also copy our avatar, paste it, and resize it to our desired duration. This doesn't look too bad. We can repeat this process where necessary throughout the rest of the video. Another important element we need to add is our background music. I recommend grabbing a track from YouTube's audio library to avoid any copyright issues. I'll be adding a list of my favorite tracks from this library to the channel resource category of my Discord server. You can find the link in the description of this video and also on my channel page. Before we add our background music, let's generate our captions. Depending on your personal preference, you can select one of these templates or add animations to your captions. If you want a single word effect like the one I'm using, you can select this bounce out animation. We can also enhance our captions with various effects and change the font. As you can see, the caption isn't too visible on some of these backgrounds, so we can add a shadow effect to improve visibility. For sections where the subtitle could disrupt the view, we can simply delete those captions. Now let's add our background music and adjust the volume. We want the volume to be a bit louder at the beginning, then decrease considerably when we dive into the main topic. To achieve this, we'll add a keyframe at the point where we want the volume to start lowering, move forward a bit, and reduce it to our preferred level. At the end of our demonstration, we'll add another keyframe, move forward, and then increase the volume slightly. Now let's check out our full video.
ChatGPT has released their newest and most advanced model, which they call GPT-4o, and it's free for users. This model gives free users access to some great features, which were only available to Plus and Team subscribers. Just like GPT-4, the new GPT-4o is able to create astounding images, which got me excited about the possibility of this feature becoming available to free users.
This looks pretty cool, but you can achieve even better results with a bit more time spent on editing. I hope this short demonstration was helpful. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel and don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you, and see you in the next one.